Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For all my new subscribers, my name is Alan from Optical Media. Today's video, I just want to compare the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper with the Paropy heat transfer paper for dark color t-shirt, okay? And also those two papers work for pigment inks and dye sublimation, okay? So today, I just want to show you guys how to use them, the good things and also the bad things about those two papers, okay? So let's just go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper. The only bad things I can really say about the 3G heat transfer paper is that it's more expensive and it's more thicker than the Paropy heat transfer paper that I'm talking about. That's only two things I can really say about the 3G Opaque paper. You know, the price and it's a little more heavier than the Paropy heat transfer paper. This is the two bad things I can really say. The good things about the 3G Opaque paper is that when you print on the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper, it don't matter what kind of ink you're using, dye sublimation or pigment inks, the color is more brilliant. It's more colorful when you print on the 3G heat transfer paper. This is a good things. And another good things is that when you're ready to cut your design, you don't have to leave space around your design to cut the 3G Opaque design, because sometimes the paper action you need to leave like 1.2 or 1.3 narrow around your design, so when you're ready to cut, it doesn't mess up your design. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I mean by that on the video. All right, so this is the only thing I can really say about the 3G Opaque, because this is the best heat transfer paper in the market right now. Okay, so let's switch to the Paropy paper. The good thing about the Paropy paper is that it's more cheaper, one, and it's more thinner than the 3G Opaque paper. So when you apply it to your shirt, you could feel the shirt is a little lighter than the one you use with the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper. And the bad things about the Paropy paper is that when you're ready to cut, you gotta leave some narrow, you gotta leave some space around your design. And also I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by that on the video, how you can cut your design using the Paropy heat transfer paper so you don't mess up your design while cutting it. Another bad things is that the color is a little off. It's not, off. So that's why I'm doing this video, so you guys can decide and you guys can choose. Okay, so I think that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead in the computer and show you guys, if you, in case you want to buy the Paropy heat transfer paper, I'm gonna put the link on the description. And also, if you want to use it, I'm going to show you guys how you need to cut your design so you don't have to mess up your design while you're cutting it. All right, guys, so now I'm in the computer. So if you're looking at this design that I have here, so you guys already know it's, the Haitian Flag Day is coming up. So just working on some project like I did last year. Okay, so if you look on this design here, as you can see, you see the red line around the design. So this is what I mean by narrow, leave space around your design when you're using the Paropy heat transfer paper. Okay, so this is an example. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how you could, trace your images like that if you're using the Paropy heat transfer paper. And I also have another video on my channel, you should check that out, show you the beginning to the end, how to start, how to finish, and everything. So let me just go ahead and start over so you guys could see how I did the narrowing there. Okay, so let's just start with something else. So I'm just gonna go ahead and choose the same images here. Okay, so let's just get this one here. Okay, so just make it a little bigger. So what you do when you select the design here, okay, so what you do, you got to go to Pinos and you go down to trace. Okay, on the right side you see select trace area, you click on it and then you go on your design and then you just select and click and select right here the design. Okay, you see how everything is turning yellow. So you could go back there on the right hand side, you see where they say threshold, you see some 45, you could put that up more so you could make sure it's everything turn yellow before you traced it. Okay, so and then there's two way you could trace your images. The best one you're gonna use, like 95% that I use, is the trace outer edge. This is the one that I always use, and this is the one you guys gonna always use. All right, so I'm not gonna choose the trace outer edge because I just wanna show you guys how to leave narrow around your design if you're using the Paropy paper. Not only the Paropy, there's a lot of different papers out there that's asking you to use the narrow around your design so you don't mess it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the trace, okay? The first one. So, and if you move it, you see how everything just cut here. So what you do, I'm gonna put that on the side here, okay? So I need to come back here. You gotta click on the design here, and then you gotta click the right side of the mouse, okay? And then you gotta do offset. Click on the offset, and then as you can see, this is two design here. So what you need to do, you gotta take away the middle one, the one in the middle. You gotta try to get rid of it, and then you could delete it. You don't need it, okay? And then as you can see here, you see those little marks here. See those marks around those design in here. So if you want to take that off, what you need to do, you got to click on the design again, and then you click the right side of the mouse, and then you got to go down the release compound path, okay? You click on it, so you see how those two selected here, okay? So what you need to do, you just take those off so you don't give your cutting machine too much work to do, okay? You take them off. So when you're done, what you need to do, you just gotta get the original design, and then you just put it in the middle here, okay? So this is how you leave narrow, you leave space around your design if you're using the Paropy paper and some other paper, whatever you're using, okay? So this is how you do it. You just put it in the middle, and then you can play with it. If you feel like there's too much space around there, you could just play with the design and try to fit it all in and stuff, but it's not necessary to do. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it down here, and I'm just gonna leave it how it is. What you do, you just select and click on those two here, on those two design, and then you click the right side of the mouse again, and then you just go down to group. So when you group it, it's like they all become in one. And then if you see how it is, so it's already all together. So when you're ready to cut, your cutting machine just gonna cut around the edges here, the red, so it will not mess up your design here, just in case if you're using the Paropy paper and some other paper, because you're gonna have to do that, because the paper always told you what the style, what the blade, anything else that you need to do, they will tell you. So if they don't tell you, so you guys already know by watching this video right here. So whenever you're ready to cut, let me show you guys and giving you an example. So if I'm ready to cut here, so let's go to send, and you will see how I just gonna show you guys. You see it? You see the red line? So this is what the cutting machine gonna cut around here. All right, but we're not done yet. So let's go back to the design. So whenever I'm ready to cut this here, so what I need to do, I need to go back on the page size. As you can see on top, there's two pages. There's two signs here: the page setup here, and the grind settings, and the registration line. This is where you set up your registration line. So when you're ready to cut your design, so the cutting machine already know which part that I need to cut. So let's set up the registration line here. You click on it. You see this is styled. Right now it's off. You click on it. You choose the first one, type 1. Okay. So as you can see, this is your registration line here. Okay. So if you feel like you don't have enough space to work with the design, what you could do, you go back there on the advanced option. You click on it, and then you go down. Don't touch the first one. Okay, leave the first one how it is. So you got to go in the second one, set it up at 394. The second one 394. The third is the 394. As you can see here, you got more space to work, so you could always, you know, make your design a little bigger, but do not let the line go past the registration line, the black line and the black spot on the side here. Don't let the design go over it. So all right, so we just set it up here. Okay, leave it there, and then we put that up, and then we could just lift that here. Okay, and that's it. So now we're ready to print and ready to cut. So this is how you cut your design when you want to like leave narrow around your design. So whenever you're ready to cut, the cutting machine is not gonna go ahead and mess up your design. You're just gonna cut outside your design here. All right, so this is it. This is how you know, cut your design. There's another way you guys can cut the design again, because there's two ways to trace your images. So I mean, by using the Opaque 3G heat transfer paper, you don't even have to do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys, if you're using the 3G Opaque, you don't need that. So I'm just gonna show you guys exactly how you need to do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna choose the same images here again. So go down and choose it. It's pretty much the same, you know, same setting. You just got to go to panels again, trace, and then go select trace area here, and then you just go ahead and click on that and then select it. Okay, so make sure you got everything in yellow here. By put the threshold up. Okay, so when you're done here, so before I had choose the trace. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna choose the trace outer edge. That's if you're using the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper. And when you're using the heat transfer, the Opaque heat transfer paper, when you cut it, when you cut the outer edge, you're gonna see the difference between the trace and the trace outer edge. So I already select the images here. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna choose the trace outer edge. Okay, so I click on it. So as you can see here, so when I move it, okay, so if you move it, you see how it is. So you see, when you cut it like this, you don't leave no narrow, you don't leave space around your design, which is this is the best way to cut your design. This is more professional. Okay, so what you need to do, you don't need to keep playing with it, trying to put it back on there. You just got to go back on edit, and then you just undo move polygon, and then you just go back in there. So what you need to do, select, you just click on there and then select both of them. Okay, and then you click the right side of the mouse on the design, and then you just put group. Okay, so it's all in one, it's all become one. Okay, so you just do the same thing, select your registration line, and then you just ready to print. So now what I'm gonna do, so I already print those already. Okay, so I was just showing you guys how you need to do it. So this is the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper. As you can see, this is my registration line in there already. And if you turn it around, you know, it's the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper. All right, so I already did it. So if you look here, this is my Paropy paper. If you look, you can see the difference here on the design. So my registration line, and when you turn it around, as you can see, the ink dark transfer paper. It doesn't say Paropy on the back, but I don't know why, but this is the paper that I've been talking about. So now we're done. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna load the design on the cutting machine. Okay, I'm just gonna cut them and load it in the cutting machine and cut them, and then he pressed them. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and load it up on the cutting machine so you guys could see the color. All right, so let's just go in the cutting machine. All right, guys, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna load up my design on my cutting mat. So you're not done. Okay, you need to although, as you can see, if I try here, trying to lift it up, as you can see, this is the opaque heat transfer paper side cut. Okay, I'm showing you guys how to do this. Cut the design proportion. This is why I like the 3G opaque heat transfer paper. You don't need really narrow spacing. And just go fix it. Actually, see, so I'm going to finish that process with the 3G opaque heat transfer paper here. Right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and load the Paropy heat transfer paper on the cutting mat so I could go ahead and put it on my cutting machine. And then one thing that I want you guys to know, even though you're using the dark, you know, heat transfer paper for dark, if you cut it just the way I just show you guys with the first one I just show you guys, you don't need, you could also use it for white and dark color shirts, but you got to make sure you cut it just the way I cut it in the first one with the 3G opaque heat transfer paper. Okay, but you cannot do like, you cannot, if you cut it like the same way with the Paropy, leave some narrow around your design, you cannot use it for dark. You can only use it for white. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and load it on my Cellular cutting machines. All right, so let's go. So let's unload it so I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So if you look close, as you can see, let me put it closer. You see how, even though I leave some space around the design, you can see still like some of those still kind of trying to, you know, messed up a little bit here. Okay, so let's just, I should have set up, like I said, I should have set up the blade at 4, leave it in the same setting as the 3G opaque heat transfer paper. So this is an example just to show you guys, like, see, if I didn't leave space, if I didn't leave some space, some narrow around the design here, so he would have messed up the whole thing. Even though I leave some space around the design, it still was trying to mess it up. But the only reason why these come out like that, he was trying to mess it up because the blade was set up at 4, so I lower it down to 3. So the best setting, you need to keep the blade on 4, okay? Because like I was told you, that the Paropy paper is a little bit thinner than the 3G opaque heat transfer paper. So that's why I went and put the blade on 3. So best settings, leave the blade at 4, okay? So take that off, okay? So those two shirts you guys looking here, okay, this is the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper with the Paropy heat transfer paper. Okay, so you guys could decide which one you guys like the best, which one that come out pretty good. If there's a difference, you guys need to let me know. So if you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want more videos, subscribe on my channel. Okay, as you guys know, Haitian Flag Day is coming up, so I'm working on the projects, trying to, you know, provide. So this is it. So this is the comparison between the 3G Opaque heat transfer paper with the Paropy heat transfer paper for dark t-shirts. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna say it one more time. If you cut your design just the way I cut it here, you could also use it for white t-shirt and dark t-shirt here. Okay, but this one here, you can only use it for white, and you can also use it for color too. Okay, but you know, people might not like the white background that's so round, that's on the edge of the design. So you guys decide. All right, so thank you and thanks for watching.